She said it again, offhand, like it meant nothing. Maybe he would have taken it better, I can't be sure. Her voice drifted through the kitchen, gentle and intentional, almost like she was probing me. I didn't answer. Not yet. I took a slow sip of my coffee, letting her words sink in. They weren't casual. They were chosen. The tiny comparisons had been stacking up for months, quiet comments, soft remarks, little laughs about memories that weren't ours. You know, he used to notice things like that. She leaned against the counter, looking effortless, or believing she did. I watched her carefully, her comfort, her smile, the way she carried herself like she was untouchable, as if I couldn't see right through her. I wanted to ask the question I'd rehearsed 100 times, are you trying to provoke me, or are you just restless? But I held it back. My silence said enough. Her laughter floated between us, light and slightly taunting, unaware that the dynamic had shifted. Then I finally spoke, calm and steady. Sounds like you picked the wrong man. Let me help fix that. She stiffened. Her eyes flicked. A faint tremor, panic she tried to hide. It wasn't anger or surprise. It was recognition. For the first time, she realized the quiet man she'd taken for granted was already several moves ahead. I didn't elaborate. I didn't warn her. I just let the words hang there, heavy, like the warning before a storm. The comparisons had started subtly. At first, I dismissed them, harmless nostalgia, I told myself. Maybe she was just remembering. But the small things piled up. Her comments sharpened. They came more often. Her laughter lasted a little longer when she talked about him. She began holding her phone differently, tilted away, screen dimmed, messages vanishing the second I walked in. I recognized the pattern long before she thought I did. Late nights working, friends I'd never met, perfume that didn't belong to her. I tried to justify it, tried to protect the illusion of normalcy, but the weight in my chest tightened each time she mentioned something he did better. She thought I didn't notice. She mistook my patience for weakness. But patience isn't weakness. Patience is awareness. Strategy. Quiet intelligence. Every laugh about him, every wistful sigh, every thoughtless compliment was another stroke in a picture I could no longer ignore. Piece by piece, I realized what I didn't want to admit, her loyalty had shifted. Her heart wasn't fully here. The betrayal was emotional, subtle, but there. And the worst part? She thought I'd never catch on. That I'd stay, forgive, apologize for flaws she invented. She was mistaken. I had clarity she couldn't match, a cold, sharp certainty that her affection was no longer mine alone. I didn't confront her right away. Confrontation is chaotic. Evidence is exact. So I began quietly, phone logs, restored messages, absences, late-night whispers of a life lived half without me. She didn't hide well. I watched, steady, careful. Every glance, every gesture, every careless mention of her ex added to the archive. She assumed my calm meant blindness. She assumed her teasing and laughter went unnoticed. She misjudged the patience of someone who doesn't need to explode to end things. I followed the trails, matched messages with locations, observed everything without a word. Each discovery brought me closer to certainty. When I had enough, I arranged it. Not everything, just the essentials. Enough to eliminate doubt. Enough to dismantle her excuses. Enough to show her the man she thought predictable was far ahead of her game. Meanwhile, I kept everything normal. Dinner, work, sleep. No arguments, no suspicion, only quiet tracking and methodical notes. She kept pushing, still oblivious, tossing little jabs about better qualities, thinking it was harmless. I let her. Let her believe she had control. Every laugh she texted him, every flirtatious comment, every mention of him I saved. All of it would matter. Because when the moment came, the precision of my reveal would be as steady and inescapable as the tide. The next morning, I printed everything, logs, screenshots, timelines, and set them neatly on the counter. She walked in cheerful, unaware. I let her see the papers. Her face shifted instantly. Confusion, then dread, then realization. What is this? I didn't answer. She flipped through the evidence herself, messages, dates, places, patterns she thought she had hidden. Panic rose in her voice. Her hands shook over her own digital trail. I can explain," she whispered. I watched her, silent, unnervingly calm. It wasn't rage that frightened her, it was my composure, my detachment, my precision. When I finally spoke, it was slow, deliberate. "Do you understand now?" She nodded, choking on the truth. Her fear, her unraveling, the sudden awareness of how wrong she'd been, that was enough. I didn't need to shout. I didn't need theatrics. The quiet collapse in her expression was more effective than anger ever could be. By evening, the filing cabinets were moved, documents secured, her access revoked. She texted, first joking, then confused, then desperate. She had no idea how deep it went. She didn't realize how flawlessly I had set the stage. I walked past her as she scrambled for answers. Every look I gave was deliberate, measured. Her fear was mine now. "Looks like you miscalculated," I said casually, almost lightly. She froze. No excuses, no begging. I didn't need any. Every comparison she'd made, every longing sigh, every memory of him she valued more than me, all of it returned to her in the stark realization that she had been outplayed. The laughter died. Panic took its place. And I left, slow, intentional, no shouting, no chaos. The entire house felt different once she realized she'd lost control. No screams from me. No tears. Only clarity. She had treated me like I was predictable. She counted on my forgiveness. She underestimated both my intelligence and my endurance. And now she was left with the consequences she created. I walked through the quiet rooms, letting the silence settle. Every laugh, every sigh, every subtle betrayal closed chapters now. Her panic faded behind me. My resolve stayed firm. I had exposed the truth. I had reclaimed my control. And in that calm, something became clear. She thought I was fortunate to stay. But luck had nothing to do with it. She had been fortunate I waited long enough to ensure she would never be a problem again. And that was the end of it.